Well, I'm Dennis Simmons. I've been a violinist since the age of 5. I was born in Canada. I studied at the Royal Academy of Music here in London. And I was the founder lead of the Alberni Quartet. For many years, I was the joint concertmaster of the London Philharmonic. I was also the concertmaster of the BBC Philharmonic. And then for the last 16 years, as well as doing all my solo broadcasts and things, I've concentrated more on conducting. I've had 3 orchestras in America. And this is where the story starts with Anya, because this last season, I particularly wanted to put a season together. I called it Myths and Legends. Well, in music, there are two legends in music that stand out in the 19th century, and one is Paganini and Franz Liszt. I could find a pianist to play Liszt. That was moderately easy. But then I wanted somebody to play Paganini, and this became very difficult because I was searching and searching and searching, and then I came across Anya. And so I had the materials from Anya. I thought, oh, this is very possible. This is very possible. Then I rang up, and I can still remember the phone call with Anya, and I said, Paganini 1, original version? She said something like, no problem. And I knew with somebody which was going to offer a Paganini 1 like that, it was going to be fine. It was going to be good. But still, I didn't, you never know until you actually come to the concert exactly how it's going to turn out. And when she arrived and she started to play with the orchestra, I knew immediately we were in for a real treat. And I've become now a real fan of her. We use the word virtuoso so loosely now. But there are very few people that I will actually really put the label of virtuoso on. And she's a virtuoso violinist, a very special, prodigious talent. And when I heard that they were going to be recording in London, I just immediately said, well, I'm going to be over in England. I'm going to make sure that I've come over to be at all the sessions and just to hear and just to enjoy 2 days of wonderful playing. With the London Philharmonic, I've played with all the great soloists of the time. I played with Oistrakh, I played with Milstein, I played with Accado, I played with Schering, I played with all these great people, and Anya is one amazing, prodigious talent. And what she has, which is very special, is that she doesn't sound the same as anybody else. And there are a lot of very, very good violinists, but I was having a discussion with somebody just the other day, and we were agreeing that it's very difficult now to tell a lot of them apart. But with she's just such a special, unique type of talent.
In terms of her technique and what you were saying yesterday about her spiccato, and what was so very particular about that, and also quite uncommon in a modern player, and how there's some sort of useful explanations.
Well, the thing about Anya, and this is why I was saying she's such an individual player, is that when it comes to playing these virtuoso passages, I mean, they are always so incredibly clean. Her spiccato is phenomenal. I mean, it really is phenomenal. I mean, and it is always so clean. And she does it unlike a sort of classical type of spiccato, which you'd have sort of maybe for Beethoven sonata or Mozart sonata or something. It's a real virtuoso sort of. It's brilliant. It comes off the string like lightning, and this is the type of sound that excites you. And immediately when I heard it, I thought, well, this is virtuoso spiccato. I mean, it's the sort of spiccato that perhaps you hear in Heifetz and something like that. It's this particular type of sound. It's not a deep sound. It's not something to play in string quartets. You wouldn't play string quartets like that. But this is virtuoso. This is its own style. And also, when I was thinking during this, when I was listening as well in the studio, and I thought, well, I haven't got a recording, and I don't know how Paganini played. I don't know how Wieniawski played. But this is the music that's being recreated by somebody who's got that prodigious type of talent. I still remember the morning of the dress rehearsal for the concert when this is the first time I heard her play the cadenza. Because in the rehearsal you normally say orchestral time and you don't have the cadenza. Then when the dress rehearsal for the cadenza, and she played the cadenza, and very seldom does my jaw drop open. But she was doing things that were death-defying on the violin. I think, it was awesome. And I don't use that word loosely either. And I was just amazed. And at that point, I thought, I'm a tremendous fan of this prodigiously talented young violinist.
Can I ask how Anna has made Paganini her own?
By playing so well. Because she's unique, she's a virtuoso, and it's a special style. I mean, this is something else that I was wanting to say about as well. Because there are a lot of people who can actually play Paganini. A lot of people do play Paganini because it's part of the repertoire of any violinist who really wants to be known as a violinist. But to play in what I would call the virtuoso style, which harks back to the time of virtuosi, real virtuosi, and when they were all stood out and each person wanted to hear this particular person because this particular person played the piece as well as they wanted to hear it, and that I think is what virtuoso means. And I don't use the term loosely.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, it's true. The thing is, I don't. People always say, this is a great violinist, this is great, this is genius, this is a prodigy. For me, I'm very careful with my words, and if they're always saying that somebody's a virtuoso, and